Hey everyone, it's Jake's Metal Chat. I hope you're all well and staying safe. It's, well, nearly 11:30 here in the morning. It's nearly 12:30 for them where they are in Denmark. We have Danni and Lena of the band Vansind. Absolutely incredible folk deaf. They're just amazing. So, hi guys, how you doing?
Hello.
How you guys doing over in, well, I want to say sunny Denmark, but I think it's still cold.
It's pretty sunny at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's cool. Well, the sun's out here in the UK, so pretty good. So basically, what I ask all of my guests, pretty much, where did your music journey begin, and how did it get into metal? And who would like to answer first? Since there's two.
Lena.
Lena.
Yeah, it's Danny and his girlfriend Rikke who asked me if I wanted to join a folk metal band, and because yeah, Danny, det er måske dem, du fortæller. Yeah, maybe it's
yeah. Okay. Yeah, the way that we started the band was in 2019. I've been working as a session drummer for maybe a year and a half. And I came off a pretty bad tour with somebody. Not that it was a bad band or anything, or they were bad people, but it was just, I didn't feel like I wanted to just be a session guy. It was so, I didn't have any business, and I just had to do what everybody told me.
I don't want
that. It's okay sometimes, but it just wasn't for me at that time. So I decided I wanted to start a band, and Rikke, my girlfriend, she can play everything from harmonica to bagpipes, keyboards, and so on.
Wow.
So there was no brainer. It had to be folk metal. We couldn't just say, maybe we could. I mean, Toge has bagpipes in his black metal band. So, but anyway, we decided it had to be folk metal. And I had there's this Danish band called Huldra, who sadly doesn't exist anymore. And they had a female fronted. So I really wanted to be female fronted too, but I also like the growling. So I had this vision from start that I wanted two singers. And Rikke knew Lena, and then she called Lena, and Lena has never played, as far as I know, in a metal band, just listened to bands like Maiden, and then we just asked her if she wanted to try out, because, she wasn't used to that, but when she came, she had an incredible voice, and it suited very well to all the ideas we had.
Oh, yeah, I checked out you guys sometime last year.
Thank you.
Oh, well, good. You're welcome. It's my mate Alex, actually. He said, "Oh, check out this band." I was like, "Who's this band?" I just checked out, like, I can't remember which song it was, but it sounded really cool. One song I like is one of the most played ones on Spotify. It opens with some bagpipes.
Håbet er sort.
I think that's the
Hope is black.
It's like a that one. Love that one. Because I listen to it when I'm on my walk.
Thanks,
it's a good walking tune.
I've never thought of it like that, but yeah, you're probably right. It has a pretty good walking tempo.
Yeah, and I just love it when it gets to certain bits. You get the growling, you get the guitars, and you get the bagpipes all at the same time.
We're very proud of that tune, and it definitely works live. Every time Rikke plays the bagpipes, it's just instantly people start headbanging.
You can't get wrong, can you? With bagpipes.
No, that's definitely a banger.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of bagpipes in metal. Obviously, there's Helveti from Switzerland. They use bagpipes in their music sometimes. And
yeah, definitely.
All the usual instruments. Hurdy-gurdy, that's heard a lot in folk metal.
Great instrument.
Because for one of Avantel's songs, the title track of our EP, we had our friend in France do hurdy-gurdy for certain bits in the song. And he's a really good hurdy-gurdy player.
Love hurdy-gurdy. It looks like one of the hardest instruments to play, but it sounds amazing.
There's a lot of coordination to it. I couldn't do it. I'll just be like,
Yeah.
no, I'll stick with my bass, my guitar, and everything else in between. I'll do
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, it's when Line joined the band and Joachim, I mean, I basically put the whole crew together. Besides Line, Rikke got a hold of her. And I mean, it started like every other band where you have a lot of members coming and going, because it's really hard to get people who can, believe in the band from start. It's pretty typical. So
yeah,
no hard feelings against anybody. If anybody's watching, we love you guys, and thanks for being there for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, because we've had that with Avrintel. It's just been me and Alex pretty much from the beginning. Me on bass and, well, I don't want to say vocals, growls. I just do growls. He does cleans and growls and plays tin whistle, mandolin, and other things like that. I also have a frame drum that I want to use at some point in some Avrintel songs. But yeah, it's just been me and him, because we went through too many drummers until we had one, our mate Steve, and but he left the band because he already had another band, which was a grindcore band, and he's been playing a grindcore band since the 90s. He's much older than all of us.
Oh yeah.
Now we got our mate Gareth, who's going to be filling in for a while, from a band here in Bristol called Amputated, some brutal death metal.
That's definitely a death metal name.
Yeah, they're a Bristol band as well, and well, he's actually from Western, but still, he's also in another band. You might like that one. This one a bit more. My Silent Wake is more melodic doom death in a way, so you might like that.
Yeah. Send me some links at a point. We'll check them out.
Send some stuff after this, not now.
yeah, of course.
And so Avrin's had like with Vansind, just kept having members coming and going. It's like we had guitarists coming and going, female vocalists coming and going, and then we got two amazing female vocalists that are both on the EP. And well, we still got one, but she's very busy at the moment, so we're trying to think, is she still going to be in the band? Is she not? But want to try and get the other one back as well. But yeah. So
it's the typical story of all bands, members coming and going until at some point you find a lineup.
Yeah, well, we got a good lineup now, because the lead guitarist, we got Neil, who mixed and mastered our EP and recorded it.
Cool.
Is a top guitar player. He's absolutely brilliant. You can hear it on the EP how good he is. Same with James, our other guitarist. I was going to say, and our bass player. Wait a minute, that's me. That's me. But so when Vansind started playing gigs, was it hard at first? Were people on board with it, or particularly?
I think they were, but there was COVID-19, so it was in the middle of all that. So we didn't play a lot of gigs, but it was okay.
Yeah, that's good. Danni, you got
sorry. Yeah.
Like you just zoned out.
Oh, sorry, I was just listening. Yeah, when we started, it was like Line said, it was during the pandemic, so everything was closed down, and was starting to get with the seating shows.
Yep.
Sorry, and the first one we got was with. We had written one song and recorded one song, which was Valborg's Night.
Oh yeah.
And that was basically during the writing process after that for the EP. So we didn't really have that many tunes, but we saw a show with some of our friends had a seating gig, and it was in Gladsaxe. So I just called the promoter and said, hey, can we support you guys if it's okay? I mean, we only have 30 minutes of music, maybe only 25, but we can stretch out a bit, do an intro, stuff like that. And they were like, sure, you can support us. And I think it was in like a month or something. So we started rehearsing, and really close to the gig, like 4 days before, maybe, the guys in Vania, who was the headliner, they called me and they were like, hey, our drummer got COVID, can you play the show? And I was like, how many songs? 12. Can you learn them in 4 days? And I was like, well, I guess I have to, because my band has to play a debut show. So I actually played 2 shows that night.
Wow.
But it went out really well, even though it was people were just sitting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I watched CT gig that was recorded of Undergang playing their new album out that time. One of my favourite Danish bands, love them. Because I've had David on here as well.
Cool.
David from Undergang.
Yeah.
I've had him on here.
He's I've met him 2 times, and I've seen him support Angel Corps with Undergang.
That would make sense.
Yeah, great guy. Great guy.
I saw the band twice. I saw them here in Bristol at a pub called the Griffin, the number 1 metal pub in Bristol. So if you're ever in Bristol, you guys, I'll take you there. It's a really good pub. And they played in the small room upstairs, which is basically the stage is the same level as the floor. So I don't think you guys are going to fit in there.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. How many of you are in the band again?
We're 6 at the moment, but when we started, we were 7.
Oh, I was like me and Aaron. It was like I said, Aaron said there was 7 of us. I think it's down to 6.
Yeah, but kind of we're kind of having a new guitar player who's gonna come in and try out. So we're gonna be back to the 7-piece because we like the twin guitar. Maiden definitely probably our biggest inspiration from outside of the folk metal scene is because, I mean, you can consider Maiden as having folk metal in them if you want to be technical. If you listen to songs like Blood Brothers or Dance of the Dead, stuff like that. Even the Clansman, I know everybody hates that album, but it has like that kind of like 6/8 time signature.
Yeah, exactly. And there's another band I've seen live as well.
Yeah, love them.
I've always had big stages. I've always seen them at festivals and never seen them in like a big arena or anything. Like what they call Download.
I saw them in 2003 on the Dance of the Dead tour with my mother, because I wasn't allowed to go to the show alone, of course. I wasn't that old. And my mother, believe it or not, cut Nico McBrain's drumstick.
Oh.
Oh, no.
So I thought he was probably thinking, what is this very sweet lady doing at this show? So he basically it was basically thrown at her. It was like magic. And people tried to grab it and everything, but
yeah, that's what I always do. It's like, grab it. It's like, I'm just like this. I'm like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah, but she got it. She got it. So I have the stick.
Yeah, I got a guitar pick from a bass pick, should I say, from Lemmy, because I saw him play Bristol back in 2009. He just had a bunch of picks, threw a bunch of them, and I managed to catch one.
Oh, yeah.
Collection.
Cool. Never seen those. Never seen them, sadly.
Yeah, it sucks that 3 of them from the Aces bass lineup all dead.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Fast Eddie, Lemmy, and Animal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just sucks. But yeah.
Yeah.
I went to download 2005. I was still 13 at the time, so I had to go with my mum, couldn't go by myself.
Yeah.
I got to see Slayer for the first time. With Jeff Hanneman, this way before he was bit by a spider and then died. Got ill from the bite and everything.
Yeah.
I got to see him twice with Hanneman at the same festival. So that was really cool.
I've seen him with under Unholy Lions tour in 2004
Wow, that's
with
beautiful.
Mastodon as support. Yeah, and he was. I gotta say, I couldn't really see him. He was basically just standing in one side in the shadows.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that much about who the drummer was, so I saw him with Lombardo, and there was.
Oh, Dave Lombardo, yeah.
Yeah, he was such a mate. But it was before I really knew him because it was Slipknot I came to see. But I was blown away by.
Yeah, that's the main reason I went to download is because of Slipknot.
Yeah.
That they were missing Clown because he had some family issues, personal issues. So they had the other kit, but Sid had to go from his DJ deck all the way to that.
Oh, cool.
So I literally just look over. He's got two sticks waving them, and he gets on the percussion drum thing and just starts bashing them.
Is that the show where Lars Ulrich didn't show up for the gig too? So Joey.
That was 2004 because Joey Jordan took over on drums for a couple of songs. Dave Lombardo took over for another bunch. And then I think they just had different drummers each night.
Yeah.
Like that same night, not each night. I only played that one night. But it was 2004. I didn't go until 2005. The first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But but that's down low. They have all sorts. It's mainly the more metalcore, deathcore sort of stuff. I get tired of that pretty quickly. But stuff I like is more death metal, folk metal, black metal, thrash metal, doom metal, things like that. That's great. That's what I like the most.
Yeah, that's one of the amazing things about Lena is she liked metal, but she wasn't like into doom and black. So,
fair enough.
So we kind of show her that stuff, like look at this band, Lena. Look at this band.
I do that. Look at this one. People say, "Oh, look at this one." Okay. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Adapting.
You're adapting, which is good.
Yeah.
Because, well, you're wearing a lot of black to start with, so that's good.
Yeah. She's more metal than me, I guess.
I got people that are more metal because sometimes I just don't wear a lot of metal stuff. Obviously, I wear a metal shirt, but I'm not wearing jeans. I'm wearing like hiking trousers or something instead of jeans.
Are you wearing leather pants, Lena? You do that sometimes?
No, it's a nederdel, a skirt, and this is the only metal I'm wearing now.
Well, you're looking more metal than both of us right now, so mission accomplished.
Thank you.
But yeah, so what was I was going to ask something? Yeah, Danny, before Vansind, were you in any other bands?
I've been in many bands, and I've toured or substitute for a lot of bands. But I guess the biggest one I was in as a full-time member was Jelsgaard. Back from 2008 until 12.
Right.
I did 2 albums with them, Mulmens Visa and Molidictis Eris. But I've had, I don't know, I mean, I've had many bands, but I've been more in from like 2013 until, Vansind started. I was more of a session guy.
Right.
Did albums for people or did shows for them. But right now I'm only in, it sounds so arrogant, only in 3 bands, but I'm only in 3 bands now, and it's 2. It's Vansind, and then it's 2 old Danish death metal bands, Panzerchrist and Detest, who both started in like the early 90s. So
yeah, I've heard of those 2. I've heard the names float about.
Yeah, they're pretty. I guess in the underground they're pretty like cult bands.
Oh yeah, because I was on a podcast actually early this morning with someone in America called the Death Metal Podcast, and he was just talking about underground death metal, and you just mentioned those 2 bands, thinking maybe he's heard of them, maybe he hasn't, but now not. But
Yeah,
a bit late now to talk to him about it. But Lena, were you in any other bands, or was this your first band?
I am singing in a cover band called Replay, and I have been singing in a big band too, actually, with evergreen songs and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
and doing some theater. So
cool.
yeah.
I do a bit of theatre.
Huh?
I do a bit of theatre.
Yeah.
I do a little bit as well.
Okay. Cool. But I've never been in a band like with original music now.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. My first band was a mix of bands like Green Day, the Ramones, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was a mix of all sorts. It was my first band, and I just went to rehearsal one day, and he said, "Here's our new bass player." I was like, "I don't even know how to play bass,"
Yeah.
and I was playing it with a pick at the time. So now I'm just doing it the traditional way. Everyone's got their own way. Our bass is originally played with the finger picking, which which is what we're doing at Avintel.
I've been making my own music and writing my own songs for many years, but I've never had a band to go out and play with it or anything like that. So yeah, Vansind's my first real band. Yeah.
And what a band to start with.
Huh?
And what a band to start with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because ever since I heard about you guys, I was like, yeah, one of my favorites now.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Because I was looking at the Metallum page, you got one EP out and 4 singles. Is there an album in the works?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
I'll be picking that up once it's out.
Yeah, it's actually in the final stages of recording. We just need vocals and some few additional instruments that are not played by us. We have a girl called Marie who's gonna do some. I don't know the English word, but it's called a talharpe.
Yeah.
I
think
I know. I don't. I'm right. I might have to find this instrument, but there you go.
yeah. It's you kind of play on like this big piece of wood.
I think I got the instrument that you're on about.
Okay. It's she's gonna do some recording on that and a little bit of violin. And we have just got sent some. I can't remember the word, but like a tambourine, which is like tambourine. Sorry, which we have on one of the songs too, which I couldn't do in the studio. Not because I can't play a tambourine, but it was just easier that we did. He put up all the mics and just did it himself. So the final stage is Line and the singer Joachim are gonna do in. Line, when are you recording the vocals?
Yes, vocals.
Hopefully in the next few weeks. So yeah, and then Joachim also in the next few weeks or so.
Yeah, and then it's time for mixing afterwards. So it's supposed to be done due to our label and some plans we have. It has to be done the 12th of May.
12th of May. So it's the 19th of March now. So
yeah,
you got 2 months.
Yeah, but the mixing process is, and we are so many people who have so many opinions, so it can easily take at least 3 weeks for us to get like the now.
It took us a while to get our EP out because we had to still record stuff. Because I recorded my bass stuff pretty much. I did my only vocal parts, and then Alex had to do his vocal parts, and then we had to get our 2 female vocalists to do their parts, Iona and Isis. And then we had to get Neil and James to record their guitar parts, and then eventually put it all together. And then Neil had to mix and master it, and that took a while. And we finally released it in September last year. Eventually.
Yeah. I've only heard like a little bit from it, but it sounds amazing. I think the playing it's really surprising. I mean, not in a bad way. It's just like, wow, you guys are
Yeah,
really good.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
You
we
know?
got one cover song on there. It's actually a traditional Irish song.
I didn't know that.
The Swallowtail Jig.
Okay.
That's a traditional Irish jig. And we'd actually performed it at Warhorns last year.
And it went through pretty well, I would
It went well.
say.
We had a bunch of people dancing. So
Yeah.
it was really good. Doing the
Yeah,
jigs, it was like nice.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. I really hope we're gonna play the same day, so
Oh, that'll be good. Having
so
so
we can drink
Yeah.
beer and listen to a metal Irish folk song.
pretty much, yeah. It's
If you're
one
playing
that
it,
you
of
can
course.
definitely, one that you can definitely dance to.
Oh yeah, and
Like-
Lena is an amazing dancer.
Well, let's hope we play the same day. And I'm looking to the audience, and I don't see Lena dancing. Like, excuse me, need a little bit of a jig. Come on, link arms and everything. You know, because my dad, my auntie, and Alex's dad were filming, and one of them panned into the audience, and there was two linking arms doing the little dancing jig thing. So
Yeah.
So it went down really well, and during the last song, we had someone windmilling at the front. I
Sweet.
was like, mission accomplished.
It's gonna be one of the highlights of the year is playing England and hopefully meeting, not our expectations, but the English expectations of seeing us, because we have this kind of first of all Danish lyrics, and we have this kind of mythology from Denmark and stuff like that. So we hope, even though we sing in another language, the point still goes through and they're gonna have a blast. And it's in our opinion, it's really important that when we play for people, they also have a great time.
Exactly. That's what I think. That's what drew me to your music in the first place, because I heard it and I was like, "Wow, this is all in Danish. This is amazing." Even the growls are in Danish.
Yeah. It was one of the. Sorry, Alina, I'm talking on your behalf, but when the band started, that was one of my priorities. Was it has to be in Danish, because I like folk metal, which is sung in their native language. And Line and Joachim were pretty much used to only writing in English. So they were kind of, can we do it in English? Because I'm really much better at writing in, expressing myself in English. I was like, just try it in Danish. And if I gotta give Line a lot of credit and Joachim, they're so great at writing great hooks and using great Danish words that has a good sound to them. So people usually, at least the one time we played in Germany, people could still say the words back to us, even though they probably didn't understand them, because they have so good ears to use a Danish word that just sounds easy to catch on, even though you don't speak the language. So I can't give them enough credit for it.
And it shows on the songs that I've heard, and your vocals complement each other very well.
Thank
your
you.
cleans, you're very welcome. Your cleans, and then his growls in, and it's like, bloody hell. Like the song I mentioned earlier with the bagpipe opening, you got Lena's cleans, and then you get Joachim's growls coming like straight after that.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm just like, that's why I like walking to it, because it just gets my adrenaline pumping, and then also love that song as well, where everything else just cuts out. Like, you still get like the old guitar and drum bit coming, and it's just the bagpipes playing.
Yeah. It's definitely a song that's when we wrote it, it was the old guitar player who wrote the melody on a keyboard. And the first time I heard it, I actually thought it was supposed to be for the flute.
Oh yeah.
So I was kind of hesitant on using the bagpipes, because in my head it was the flutes, if that makes any sense. So I was like, come on, can it be the flute? And everybody was basically just no, it has to be the bagpipes, and thank God they got their way through, because it really works.
It
Yeah. Does work really well.
Mm.
Yeah.
When like, because obviously the bagpipes has more of a range in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try and learn the bagpipes, but it's like, yeah, I'll leave that alone. I
Yeah,
just
Danni,
can't.
she's been in a pipe pipe band for many years before Vansind, so she's just great on with it, really good, and really good at tuning it, which I've played in a couple of bands with bagpipes, and everybody who plays it says the same thing. It's just so hard to tune a bagpipe.
Well, I wouldn't know that.
No, me neither. But it's just
I just know people play bagpipes, and I'm like,
yeah.
like there's those who are that play the bagpipes really well, and I can name someone who can play him really cannot play him at all. It's Ross from Friends. He can't play him whatsoever.
If you listen really well, you can hear its celebration, I think.
Yeah, look, yeah, he managed to get that right to an extent, but I don't know. I don't know, he was just terrible.
Yeah, I've seen that show. I don't know, 10 years ago or something, and that scene still cracks me up, even
It's
when
funny.
I think about it.
It's just Phoebe just trying to sing along to it. It's funny. But what also is funny is Jennifer Aniston trying not to laugh. But off the Friends subject, the TV show. But how many shows has Vansind done so far? Since
About 25 or something.
Oh.
I think that's 5 too much.
Okay.
There's never too much.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe 20.
Yeah.
21, something like that. But again, due to the pandemic, we played our first show, and 7 months later we played our next.
Nice. Have you played any festivals yet?
Yes, we have played Bar for Open Air in Germany, which was our first outside of Denmark. And we were all, I don't know if you want to say scared, but we were all like, oh shit, we're playing as the first band, and
yeah,
what if there's bad sound, and we have this wireless mics, and there's so many things, but it went down really well. People kept coming in and listening, even though I think it was like 5 o'clock, and on a first day, so people still had to come from work. But afterwards, we met so many people. They bought so many shirts and everything, so it went down really well.
It was a great gig, yeah.
Yeah, and then we've played a couple of weeks ago. We played Viborg Metal Festival, and there was the classical. You have to go on 20 minutes. You start playing, and we did. Yeah, our intro didn't work, so we had to just walk on, which was kind of
awkward.
Awkward. But again, people really liked it. There was a lot of people, and afterwards, when we meet people and they all say that was a great show, it just means so much to us. We get so happy that people actually like what we're doing.
Yeah,
and that's good. Well, in Bristol specifically, folk metal's not as popular as like death metal, thrash metal, black metal. But a lot of fans, it's just they only turn up when there's like Elvati or someone like that playing. Because in April next month, we got Skullmold and Vintrol playing.
Oh, great band!
So we got an Icelandic band and a Finnish band playing. So
yeah,
I've seen both of them, and they're both excellent.
Yeah, they're excellent bands. Hope we get to play with them one day.
Oh, if I see a tour where it's you guys with them, those two again playing, and it's you guys.
Ah,
where are they playing? Ticket buy now.
But festivals, have you played any other, Line, than those two?
Have you? Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's not because we don't want to remember, but it's just
It's just you've done too many so far.
it's been so hectic the last couple of months due to the writing sessions.
Oh, yeah.
So every time we do something, it's just, it's just been focused on the album. So you're in such a writing mode. It's just chaos at the moment.
Yeah, well, we got to stop writing some stuff for Avintel at some point. There's still some stuff. There's still some songs that Alex has pretty much started writing, but he needs to finish them, and I'm still trying to think of like riffs and things to add into the band. But like thinking, well, what can I play? And then it'll end up like sounding like Skalmold or Vintro or Corporal Colony or something. I don't really want it to sound like a riff.
But still great bands.
Still great bands though, and Ensiferum, because the one who did Ensiferum's logo did our logo.
Ah, cool.
Because if you look at them both side by side, you can see the similarities.
I have to go check that out because I didn't notice.
Yeah. So yes, I can't remember his name now. That's bad.
No.
That's bad. I can't remember his name, but hopefully I can meet him one day.
Yeah, I remember talking to the guy who plays in it's a death metal band, Dawn of the Mice.
Oh, Dawn of the Mice, they're great.
Yeah. Astor, the guitar player who also sings in a folk metal band. And he says every time I have to talk to somebody who I've worked with, I can remember the name, and that could be the guy who does the logo or the mixing or layouts, whatever it could be. But every time somebody asks me about them, I just forget them. There's just so many people I have to remember names of, and I still have all my friends, my family, my co-workers,
yeah, I'm like that because I have a lot of friends. I got my family, and I've met people at gigs, and like they're like they say my name, and I go, "Hey, you."
Yeah.
And I'm in my head like, "What's his name?"
Yeah. It happens all the time.
It just happens. You just go to so many shows, you meet so many people, and then you see that same person like 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks later at another show. It's like, hey, you know your name now.
Yeah.
You look like a complete idiot.
I mean, you can still wing it, and like, yeah, amazing times last time.
Yeah.
So what show did we meet at? And stuff like that, yeah.
Because I was at Bloodstock last year, of course.
Oh, I love
just hanging out with some people. Yeah, you guys would go down well there, actually. A woman came up to me and said, "You're from Avintel, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah." "Did you see us at Warhorns in March?" Like, "Yeah." It's like, cool. That's the first time I got noticed outside of that festival because of the band, and then I got noticed at UK Death Fest because of my channel.
Ah, cool.
I was like,
it's an amazing channel too. I've been watching it a lot when I'm just sitting in my room and just, putting stuff together and stuff. It's just really nice to hear an interview and see the people talking.
Yeah, because the one that you posted a picture of on our own messenger chat was me with Chris Reifer from Autopsy.
I mean, drummer is one of the best in the game and one of the coolest ever.
Yeah,
2.5 hours or something of just really cool talking.
Yeah. Oh well, there's Echo. That was it was cool to chat with. Obviously, it was like, I don't know, early afternoon for him. It was like early evening for me because he's in LA. Well, not LA, California, somewhere in California, but yeah, I've had too many on, and I'm trying to remember what episode this is now because I've done too many episodes. Yeah. I can't remember what number. It might be 56. This might be 56.
Lena, I'm gonna send you the music afterwards so you can hear all.
Okay, thank you.
Obviously check out the whole Avintel EP because it'd be very much appreciated. Well, it's 2023. Obviously, it's still very early, but have you got any shows lined up, like around Denmark, outside of Denmark? besides Warhorns in the UK. Anything else?
You want to take it, or should I?
You can do it, Danny.
We've got one in Germany called Burning Q, which is, yes, not just like heavy metal, so heavy metal that really fall over the spectrum, but it seems like they have a lot of heavy metal bands, and then threw in a couple of death metal bands, and apparently us. So it's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. And got a pretty good slot, so hopefully we're going to have an amazing trip. And we have one in Norway in May, maybe two. We're looking into that right now. And yeah, that's our first time, of course, to Norway, which we're really looking forward to. We don't know what to expect. It's a club show with a kind of like metalcore band, groove metal. So it's a weird setup, but it's they seem like amazing guys. So, and the music is really cool. So I'm really looking forward to playing them. Then we have a couple in Denmark. We have one festival called Metal Fest with the other one of the new Pokemon bands in Denmark, Troll or Troll, whatever you want to say. Good friends. And the headliner on that festival is Paradise Lost, and I've never seen them, so that's amazing.
Paradise Lost, amazing.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah, and a couple of club shows here and there. Nothing we can. I mean, we know of shows, but we can't announce them.
No, obviously not, not yet.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a really busy year. It's planned all the way to November at this moment. But yeah, of course we have Udgårdsfest, which is the big new, it's a couple of years old, basically just a folk metal festival. It's only dedicated to bands that has that in that it has folk metal in it, maybe a little bit of black metal, but they still have to be categorized as at least pagan metal.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing lineup. It's hopefully gonna be. I played it last year with Troll as a stand-in drummer, and it was just amazing. The headliner was Tyr, and they were just amazing. So that's gonna be a big one too. But yeah, England is probably at the moment the nerve-wracking one, because I've seen so many videos on YouTube from the festival, and the lineup is just filled with amazing bands, and we're just gonna be, one drop in amazing bands. So I'm a bit nervous, but
You'll be all right.
I hope so.
But we're not gonna rip you apart or anything. So you'll be okay.
Thank you.
Because where the festival is in a place called Selby in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
And up north they love folk metal and folk music and all that stuff, so you'll feel right at home.
Oh,
We
great.
really hope.
It's a really good festival, and Glenn, who runs the festival, is a really cool dude as well.
Yeah.
Everyone there's really nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, seeing you guys gritty and stuff like that, it's gonna be. I mean, when I think about it, it's just gonna be. Please let us be able to stay for all the gigs, that we don't have to catch an early flight or anything like that.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, they leave straight away.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Yeah, well, this is a bit of a putting you out there sort of question. Then I'll ask you both, and you might have different answers. But if there's one band that you would love to actually play with, who would it be?
Lena?
I would like to play with Elevati.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely suit them to a T.
I think so too.
Because you got similar sort of styles, so like with same instruments and things like that.
If I had to choose, it would, of course, be Maiden. But
Maiden.
I'm pretty sure their fans would kill us. Uh,
Probably.
Their fans are so hardcore every time I see them play. But it's, if I had to say from the folk metal genre, Skyclad.
Skyclad, yeah. They played last year, but obviously didn't go. So I missed Skyclad.
Oh, yeah. It's the one band that I feel is kind of like the original guys who brought the folk instruments to the metal scene in a more, kind of like the sound you have today. So that would be amazing. But if I could bring a band back, of course, Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy.
Mm.
Oh, there's a band. Yeah, because Skyclad was pretty much the first folk metal band ever.
Yeah, definitely. Thin Lizzy had the folk metal inspiration, or folk rock.
The folk in there, but in terms of folk metal, Skyclad brought that in. And
of course you guys.
What?
Of course you guys.
And
it's gonna be a fucking blast.
Yeah, it's gonna be good to actually see you guys in the UK playing Warhorns. Hopefully we're both on the same day. Playing the same day. Because well, obviously we've already been announced because Glenn was like, "Oh yeah, you're already playing it."
Yeah.
But we don't know what day yet. So probably a bit early to ask, but
I don't think we know either. Do we? No. Do we, Line? Have we got a date?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he would have announced anything yet. So we can't say too much about that, people. So what can you do? What can you do? And I was going to ask about the band name. Does Vansind mean anything? Like, does it have a meaning? Is it just a name you came up with?
That's your Line. You're better at explaining that.
Well, Lena, if you can explain.
It means insanity. In a very old Danish word. So. Yeah.
Okay. Insanity. Wow. And am I saying the band name right? Because I keep thinking I'm saying it wrong.
Huh?
No, it sounds right.
Vansind, yeah.
Vansind, yeah.
Vansind, yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying it right. Just a fun little note. I went to Denmark years ago as a kid, and that was mainly because of Legoland.
Oh, yeah.
It's only a kid, come on. I need to go back again and actually go to gigs and things. But no, that's cool. It means insanity.
We had I guess like 5 names we did in just through names, and then we just did a vote, like what name does people most like, and Vansind just came up as the top, and I didn't even know the word, so I learned a new Danish word too.
I'm always learning new words.
But it's now it's I mean, at the start I had to get used to it, but now I can't even think of the band without saying, oh, that's the right name.
Yeah, and it's a cool name as well.
Thank you.
I'm not sure who came up with that in the band, but was it you, Lena, or you, Danny?
No, I think it was Joachim. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I can't remember. If
it is him, then tell him thank you for the awesome name.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna see this. So Joachim, we love you. Thank you for the name, and next time I'm gonna trust you.
Yeah. But no, definitely. Anyone watching this video, thank you for clicking on it, and be sure to check these guys out because they're amazing. If you love your folk metal,
thank you.
Folk metal needs love as well.
Yeah.
I'll have all the links down in the description below, so their Facebook. Do you have a YouTube channel? I can't remember.
Yes, we do.
I thought so.
We even have a road movie and everything.
Well, there you go. Because find them on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, all the social medias. I don't think you don't have Twitter, do you?
I don't know. Regi, she's using everything like that, but I don't think so. But the main thing is Facebook and Instagram.
Well,
yeah, but when we're going to Warhound, we're definitely going to do a road movie more.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, so everybody can. I don't know. My personal opinion is I love those road movies. I see them with other bands, or even just guests at festivals. Warhound's one. There's this YouTube channel from England, heavy metal something. Sorry,
I know who you're on about because I met him there last year.
Big Dan and Little Dan.
Big Dan and Little Dan.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. Great videos.
Shout out to
Hope
them.
to meet you.
I'll put a link down there as well so people know if they haven't checked them out yet.
Yeah, really support their YouTube channel. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I watched their review of Do you go? Have you two seen the Mayhem film Lords of Chaos?
Yeah, I have it on DVD somewhere.
I like it because it's shot really well, but then it's gonna annoy a lot of fans because they might have gotten a few things wrong.
It's I've played with Mayhem in 2014 on their 30th anniversary tour of the start of the band, and they invited my old black metal band. Great guys. They're not the killers that they used to be, apparently.
Apparently,
I was like, can't you just burn one church? No, but seriously, they were so amazing, and they I guess they approved of the film. I know Attila's son is in it playing him in
Attila's son playing him.
Yeah, and no, the movie's not good, but I gotta say, when I see the suicide scene of that, is one of the most intense scenes I've seen. It's just I can't move. I mean, I'm not. I've seen a lot of horror movies, but that scene is just insane.
It is.
There's something about the throat cutting and the way he puts the shotgun. It's just.
It's got that horror element in there. It's got horror element. It's got horror bits in it, with the dream sequences and things. Yeah,
it's an okay movie. The acting is for some parts really good, and it's filmed very true to. Have you ever been to the old store Helvete?
No, I would love to go to the shop. What it's called now? It's just
Nosebleed Records.
Yeah, Noseblood.
Yeah, and it's the way they kind of built the scene to that place looks really authentic.
Yeah.
So I gotta give him credit for everything, but no, it's an okay movie. I'm pretty sure the true fans are gonna be pissed off by it, but
that's what I mean.
Yeah, but everybody who's maybe doesn't care that much about the band, but just want to see a movie about the band, they're probably gonna think it's a cool movie.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I can just separate it from that to a film because I like Mayhem, but then I'm not one of those fans where it's like, yeah, there you go. But I'm not one of those fans where it's like, oh, I'm going to be annoyed because they messed something up. It's like, well, because the idea for the film came from the book of the same name.
Yeah.
And the book's questionable at times.
Yeah, I've never read it. I've just heard from people who don't read it. So
I don't think I'm going to plan on reading it because I got a book to read. It's about the Dutch death metal thing.
Ah, cool. But like I said, I love black metal. It's definitely one of my favorite metal things, metal genres. But it's been put up to be sometimes something it's not, and that's basically a killer scene. I know there's a lot of bands who've had kind of questionable political imagery and political meanings that aren't that cool. Of course, the whole racism thing. And there's fans who've done things where they were teenagers and probably regretted, what do you call it? Like regret? I can't say the word.
Regret.
Regret. Yeah, thank you.
Regret what they've done.
Yeah, what was done back when they were teens. I mean, Mayhem doesn't want to be associated with that anymore, but they know it's going to be one of the things forever.
Exactly.
Yeah, they still make amazing music and they're extremely good players.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, because I got what have I got? Because I got the album that's on your T-shirt, Dean Mysterious, Dom Satanas, and also Death Crush,
which is impossible to hear in a car. It's just basically
just it's like, oh God, what am I listening to?
yeah. But they've done. I mean, I've liked all the albums. If I have to choose a favorite one, it's probably Chimera.
Okay, I don't think I've heard that one.
It's kind of more progressive, but Hellhammer's drumming on it is just so creative.
Oh yeah, Hellhammer. Yeah. If
he's watching too, shout out to Hellhammer. He's a great guy. I still talk with him sometimes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can give shout outs as well. Obviously, I'm doing this on Zoom. Usually I do live ones. So
yeah.
Now I'll do a Zoom one because I haven't done one in a long time.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, shout outs to all those guys you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And trying to think if I got anything else to ask you, but no, I don't think I got anything else to ask. Just to say thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
it means a lot.
It's been really cool to just being able to talk about the new album. But if I can say something about the new album,
yes,
it's gonna be out in hopefully the 10th of November. And if people are interested, please check it out. We don't care how. You can listen to it on YouTube, Spotify.
Anywhere.
And if you want to support us with a T-shirt or a like on Facebook, everything means everything for us. So please, let's meet out there and support some metal shows and support you guys and support this channel.
Yeah, awesome. Lena, have you got anything to add?
No, thank you very much, Jake, for having us today.
You're welcome.
And yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. No. Sorry, I tend to interrupt sometimes, but
You're amazing, man.
Yeah, thank you for checking out the channel as well. It means a lot. Usually, I don't think I'm getting as many people checking out my stuff as I'm
subscribed to your channel and I watch it regularly.
Well, I've got a couple of short videos on there now, so there are more of those coming.
I love all the long videos. It's kind of when I listen to podcasts, I get kind of, it's only an hour and 30 minutes. Couldn't it be 3 hours?
Yeah, because, the longest one still is Cam Lee from Massacre. That's 3 hours and 2 minutes. But good thing about these sort of chats I do, you can listen to it, pause it, and come back to it anytime.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and it's keeping the scene alive. And it's nice to come on here and we can promote a little bit of future things. Like I said, Warhorns, it's gonna be one of the highlights of the year.
So anyone going to Warhorns,
yeah,
check out my band and Vansind and the others on the list.
And if you wanna, all the bands, if you wanna come up and say hi, come up and just hang out. We love to talk to people, and we wanna just see a lot of bands, support them, buy some T-shirts. I usually buy a T-shirt from as many as I can, depending on how much money I have left that month.
I don't know about us getting T-shirts yet. We're planning on getting some T-shirts. I'm gonna have to talk to my mate about that, but yeah, we should have some by then.
If you have some, please send me a link so I can buy one online, so I have it when we go there.
That'll be cool. Yeah, we can do that. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm looking forward to you guys joining the chat. I'm looking forward to the new album. I'm gonna probably blast my favorite song after this because it's awesome. And be sure, people watching this, to click on any of the links down below: the Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channel. Check them out on Spotify, wherever you can listen to the music. Well, Spotify is the best bet. And those coming to Warhorns again, obviously check out my band and Vansind, because it'll be your first time in the UK then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we are hoping a lot to build. That's a pretty crazy thing. There's this guy. Sorry, I can't remember your name. Shout out. He actually got a tattoo of our logo.
Oh wow.
So we really hope we're gonna see you there and have a lot of beers.
Well,
With you too, Jake.
What?
With you two, we have to get some beers, and
yeah.
you have to show us around.
Yeah, it'll be probably me and Alex camping. I don't know about the entire band camping yet, because when we played the one in March, they went home. Me and Alex stayed. But so if it's just me and Alex, then come hang out with us. And the whole band when we're not playing yet, because we don't know. Like I said, we don't know what's going on yet, so can't talk too much about that. But I will talk about it when we actually know more. So thank you again. Thank you for those tuning in. Be sure to check out the band. As I've said over and over again, I sound like a broken record. Links down in the description below. And see you all next time.
Bye.